NBC Sports, the LPGA Tour, and the PGA of America are proud to present live final round coverage of the KPMG Women's PGA Championship, all part of the season-long race to the CME Globe. It's been one of the more recognizable scenes in all of golf through the years. Congressional Country Club. It's where Rory McIlroy won his first of 4 majors 11 years ago. Dave Stockton won the PGA Championship here, but for the first time, it hosts a women's major, and it does so with a much different look. After an extensive renovation, the blue course just reopened last year, and today it will crown its first ever major. As we get you out to the par 5 ninth and the second shot for In-Gee Chung in a tie for second now, and Kay Cockrell with this final threesome. Kay?
Yeah, certainly struggling at the start of today. Had a good opportunity for birdie at the last, missed it. Trying to get a good layup here on this very difficult par 5. Misses the fairway, not what she was looking for.
Joined here in the 18th tower with Morgan Pressel, major champion in her own right. The 9th Morgan finally playing under par today for the first time all week.
Yeah, it's been one of the hardest holes on this golf course, flirting between the first and second hardest holes. I think it's because the hole location today, Dan, and the front of the green makes it a little bit easier, but as we saw from In-Gee there, Kay, it's a tough layup.
It is. The first and foremost, you want to hit it straight and ensure you're in the fairway, and also avoid the cross bunkers, and really for Lexi upcoming, she's going to maybe get it down. Has to be careful to not go too far down the slope.
It looks like Hedgen's going to go through the fairway here. There's a cart path that crosses the fairway. You can see the rough. That was an unusual layup. A little bit aggressive, got a lot of hook on the ball, so a little bit too much release there. Course is firming up. It's playing a lot differently out there today, Kay.
Completely differently with this wind and the heat of yesterday and today. I think Lexi learning from that shot of Hedgen's, going with the iron. Normally she goes for par 5s, but this is a 3-shot hole.
Looks like she got way ahead of that one.
Wow. Way right.
Upslope got me so bad.
She says the upslope got her so bad.
There's a little backstop there. Did she catch it? Oh, what a shot.
Just like that, Lexi Thompson's got another great birdie look. She had a good look at the short par 4-8 just a hole ago, was not able to convert it.
Just uses her tremendous strength here to get underneath this golf ball. Look at how softly this lands onto these firm greens. Right into that upslope. Wonderful play.
Very good look it'll be for her 3rd birdie of the round. And back over to the 10th.
Here we saw Se-Young Kim miss the green. This is the shot she faces straight down the hill, and only uses a 56-degree wedge. She doesn't have the 58 or the 60 that we see in some players' bags, but she knows how to use the 56-degree pretty well. She's going to have to work hard for the par there. Let's go up to 11.
3rd at 11 for In-Gee Lee, par 5.
Yeah, they moved the tee back up again today.
In-Gee Lee, the U.S. Women's Open champion, went on to make birdie from there, trying to make a back 9 move here. That got her to 3 under. And now Hye-Jin Choi with a sand wedge from 74 yards with her 3rd. Back here at the par 5 9th.
Just really awkward spot there. I mean, didn't have much to work with. Downhill lie out of the rough, but wait.
Yep, using that slope,
But
just
wait
like
here.
Lexi Thompson.
There are some.
And look where In-Gee Chung is aiming here at the 9th green.
This is just an incredibly difficult putt. In length, it's probably only 35 feet, and she's going to aim this way out to her right and probably treated Morgan like a 5 or 6 foot putt, then let it make a sharp left turn down to the hole.
This is just all about visualizing your speed here. Finding that high point, not even ignore. I mean, she's got her back entirely to the hole.
Well, that's just gaining ever speed as it goes. She's going to end up outside her fellow competitors for par, outside of their birdie putts.
And that view will give you an idea of how these greens are wild in some spots after the renovation. And over at the 10th,
Se Young Kim trying to save par. Back up the hill and it just moved there on her. So that's going to drop her over par for the day. She falls back to 4 under, a couple behind. Of course, Lexi has a birdie putt still to come at the 9th. It is a different day today. We are seeing these players struggle out here. And speaking of struggles, this one's tricky. At the 17th for Nelly Korda, who has fallen out of contention here this weekend. But hold on a minute. Nelly Korda showing why she's the top American in the world. Back-to-back birdies for Nelly. And gets her back to 4 over par for the championship, 3 over par for the day. She has 1 hole to play here at Congressional. Let's go back to 9.
Hei Jin Choi has the next putt for birdie, Kay.
Yeah, just outside of that putt of In-Ji Chun's of coming for par. This ball is just past hole high right. It's going to have a good amount of speed and some right to left break as well.
Just 22 years old, 11 wins on the Korean LPGA Tour, trying to win out here for the first time. Impressive player. Mentioned that she's battled for some previous U.S. Women's Open. As a 17-year-old amateur, she had a chance to win the 2017 U.S. Women's Open. And she finished 3rd in the last U.S. Women's Open. There she was, the runner-up. As just a teenager, Morgan, you know what it's like to get in the competition at such a young age.
Yeah, her first real foray here into golf in the United States. Went back to play for a few years in Korea as a professional and then made her way this year to the LPGA Tour. Just a really bright future ahead of this youngster.
And now Chun is trying to avoid, Kay, her 4th bogey on this side.
She was so near perfection in those first 36 holes and then showed a lot of resilience yesterday when things were not going her way. But again, things not going her way, this to avoid 4 bogeys on this front 9.
I think she really needs to bring some of that resilience out right now. Okay, she got to look at the leaderboard and say, I'm only 1 behind. You know, yes, I had a big lead, but I'm still very much in this championship.
It's going to be a +4 opening 9 for Chun, who matched the lowest round in championship history on Thursday with a 64. The lead was 5. It was 6. Passing her after the 4th hole today, and this could be 3 back.
Well, Lexi came out today and has handled this front 9 so much better. She was +2 on this front 9 after the first 3 rounds and 1 under so far. Oh, that's harsh.
Second straight hole, she's missed a makeable birdie attempt. Mentioned the one at the short par 4/8. And that will be the focus of this second 9, Morgan. How will the putter cooperate for Lexi Thompson, especially from short range and in? Could have been a bigger lead. It's 2. Get you out to that beautiful scene at the 10th.
Yeah, it's terrific, isn't it? Hei Jin Choi has already played from the bunker. She's got a little work to do for her par. Now Lexi for birdie.
It's a good 45-footer, and with these massive greens, you can have a good large handful of very lengthy putts. Lag putting becomes so important. Lexi has had three putts this week, and would like to have had more speed on that one, putting back into the wind.
There's going to be more pressure on the putter there for Lexi. Work to do for par. Let's go to 11.
Par 5 11. Se Young Kim in this tie for second, 2 back. 111 yards left. 2 bogeys in the last 3 holes. Well,
The par putt for Hei Jin Choi hit it in the left bunker. And I feel like all these players just look so much more tentative on and around the greens, and that's due to the speed of the greens increasing, the firmness of the greens increasing. They just feel like they're a little bit unsettled.
And it's Championship Sunday.
Oh yeah,
There's a
throw
lot
that
of
into the
pressure
mix.
and a lot of money on the line. It's for par, and it doesn't drop. Hedgen has been in the US for 4 months. She does not have a home in America. She's heading back to Korea tomorrow, and she is really looking forward to heading home and looking forward to seeing her puppy, whom she hasn't seen for 4 months. So even if it doesn't go her way today, I know that heading home will be on her mind and getting a chance to get back to familiar surroundings, having been traveling in America for 4 straight months. Now, Lexi.
Yeah, this is huge. I was surprised that she came up so short on that birdie putt and just not making it easy for herself.
Okay, and after missing those 2 on the last 2 holes, I think this is a really important putt. She needs to make this for some confidence heading here in this back 9.
She's done such a good job of staying committed to her routine and the way she's putting.
Nice stroke there.
That was good. That's what Lexi's going to need on this back 9. Trying not to watch the leaderboards, get involved in what's happening in the championship, but that's going to be kind of impossible here when you're playing in the final 3-ball. This was the stroke.
Yeah, she has to know exactly what's going on out there, Tom. As much as you try and stay in your own position, she can see how the people that she's playing with are doing and knows that she's in the lead group.
Let's go to 11.
Se-Young Kim has this for birdie to kind of get her final round back on track.
We saw her do that a little bit yesterday there on the 17th hole. Got a little aggressive with her first putt and ended up with a 3-putt bogey.
She's trying to avoid her 3rd in the last 4 holes. It'll be a tricky little par putt coming back for her at 11. Lexi Thompson with a nice par save at 10th. Se-Young Kim coming back here for par to stay at 4 under. Avoid a little string of bogeys. Not to be. That is indeed another one. 3 in the last 4 holes for her.
Yeah, the same thing we saw a little bit down the stretch yesterday. Just sloppy. That's a very sloppy bogey with the putter.
Pretty good looking card through the first 7 holes. 171 yards today. Min-Ji Lee.
Toughest hole location we've seen this week on this hole. Just over that bunker. Turning this away from the hole. It's going to catch that big ridge and funnel back down towards the front of the green. That's going to leave a tricky 2-putt.
Min-Ji Lee got up to a rough start. Bogeyed the first 2 holes. Has played 3 under golf since then. And back for Chun on the tee at 11. Let's see, she's had a little bit of everything so far at this par 5.
Yeah, you know, I watched her on the range a little bit this morning, Dan. She just looked uncomfortable with her golf swing. She was working hard with her coach, Juan Park. Just uncomfortable. Wasn't really the same Ingie that we had seen previously this week.
Yeah, misses the fairway there. This is Jennifer Chang at the 12th. Brought it back nicely. Is right there, just 3 back. Huge day for her.
This could be life-changing.
This putt's got a little bit of everything to it. Left to right, up the hill, down the hill, right to left, and about 60 feet. So not one you practice too often. This is completely feel and trust in your feel.
Only been 3 birdies at 13 today, and Min-Ji Lee will be working hard for a par. Back at the 12th, Brooke Henderson, and she putted a little better this week. Would have been a lot closer to the lead, Morgan.
Yeah, we've seen her so far this week just miss quite a few short putts. We know it's improved since she switched to left-hand low.
Yeah.
About a month and a half ago.
Take that
What
one.
a fantastic putt that was.
First birdie of the day for Brooke. Gets to 1 under, and O's drops one there back at 11 for Hee-Jin Choi.
3 paces ahead, Alexi, 214 to the front. This going on a similar line. Maybe a little further right.
Yeah, that'll be even a little bit more short-sighted. You can see the edge of that bunker there. Everything, once it gets on the green, will run away from both of those players.
Just earlier, Jung-Yoon Lee, 33 years old, second shot, 18. Been a bear of a hole this week.
Yeah, it's playing a little bit easier than it has all week. I think because it's so much more downwind today, Dan. So players able to hit shorter shots in. And wow. One for the highlight reel right there.
5 with a 2. That's a pretty good finish there. Birdie at 16 as well before the eagle drops to come home in 34 for a third final round 74. Another look at this hole.
Man, coming in with the wedge. We haven't seen anybody really come in with the wedge into this 18th hole, but because of the wind helping players off the tee here, using all these contours.
And there have been at least 6 women professional golfers named Jung-Yoon Lee, so thus the number designation to see who's who, and that is a great eagle 2 at the last. Minjee Lee at 13 trying to save par. Well done.
I've seen that movie before, John. She made so many of those putts coming down the stretch at the U.S. Women's Open.
Now Chun with her third at the par 5 11th.
And this is a hole yesterday where she chose the wrong club. Her caddy, Dean Herden, said, yeah, they were in between a wedge and a 9, went with the 9, thinking the wind was hurting more, but today it's definitely hurting more. 120 yards, playing more like 130, 35, and a much better result.
The Hedges ball there, well past the hole. It's just a tough shot to generate spin off that really tight lie, but Lexi able to have a little bit more club head speed there.
Par 3 13th, Brooke Henderson on the tee. 5 back at 1 under.
Yeah, a few years ago she switched to playing a little bit of a fade. Let's see if that'll help her here on this shot with that right hole location. Wow, they're just, I mean, it's such a different golf course than what the players saw early in the week, at least starting on Thursday after 2 inches of rain on the course coming into the day, but that is firmed up tremendously.
Not a bad way to play 13.
And she's going to give Lexi Thompson a pretty darn good read on this putt. Downhill, sloping a little left to right. Spoke with her, one of her 2 coaches over here in the United States. She works with Brian Lebetovich, PGA of America coach, on her swing when she's away from her regular coach in Korea, and Gareth Raflewski on short game. And he's been trying to get her to speed up her routine, trying to pull the trigger once she's over the ball within 5 seconds.
Yeah, I love that, Kay. Become much more reactionary. You get into trouble the longer you stand over the ball, the more poor thoughts come into your mind. Oh, what a beautiful stroke that was, too. Unlucky. Nice roll.
And Minjee Chun is next for birdie at 11, Kay.
And also looking for her first birdie. Had a good look at birdie at the 8th hole. And then bogeyed 9. This is an uphill putt. She can be plenty firm and aggressive with this.
Yeah, Chun out in plus 440, but the first birdie comes here at the 11th. That thing was rammed in the back of the hole.
Boy, hit that one in with conviction.
That might be just the spark she needs to kind of remind herself, hey, I'm still right here in this championship. Look at her smile there. Dean, caddy.
First birdie in 15 holes for Minjee Chun. And Lexi, so waiting a long time for not only just a win of any kind, but that first major and the talent she had when she was a teenager, when she won in the desert. You would have thought she'd have multiple majors by now. Again, just 27 years old, but that's the kind of talent that Lexi has flashed all these years.
Shorter version of the same putt that Hee-Jin Choi just had.
By Thompson, who responds to Chun's birdie with one of her own, third of the day. The lead is up to 7 under, 2 clear of Chun with her third birdie. And this a little par attempt by Se-Young Kim at 12. And she has struggled big time.
Oh, wow. And look, she's got a longer putt now coming back. She just looks a little bit more uncomfortable. She usually is. It's so confident on those short putts, hits them with a lot of pace, as we've seen, but they usually go dead center of the hole and with authority.
Yeah, saw it really veering out of control yesterday, and it's just gotten worse as Lexi comes up here to the tee at this 401-yard par 4 12th. Again, 9 back at the turn yesterday in her round. And now leads by 2. Back up on the green now for the bogey for Kim. And that's 4 in a span of 5 holes now. At 2 under. And now Thompson on the tee at 12.
Yeah, going with less than driver, which makes sense as this hole is dead downwind. Really not a long par 4. She ought to be able to get this one down there and have just a short iron in if she can hit the fairway.
Yeah, the fairway slopes away down on the right side, so just trying to keep something a little short of that. She lost this right, okay?
Yeah, and there's a bunker over there to the right that does come in play.
You can't always tell with the Lexi lean. Sometimes it looks a little more aggressive than it actually is.
Just play it straight.
That'll be just fine. On the right side, good angle to the left hole location. Probably a little further back than she would have liked.
We go to the 14th.
And the second shot for Minjee Lee.
Drove it right, found a good lie, but a completely blind second shot from 173. Has to aim it at our tower behind the green.
Flag all the way at the back of the green. That's going to be on the middle tier. There are 3 tiers. And we'll go back over to 12.
Coming off her birdie, In-Ji Chung with a driver.
And she's trusted this driver all week long, been very proficient with it. Did miss one on the last hole in the left rough. That's been her miss today, but striping it right there.
She looked unbeatable in the first 2 rounds with a 64 and a 69 to get a 6-shot lead into the weekend. But wow, have things changed. And this golf course firming up, getting even more challenging by the moment. Chung coming off birdie, just like Thompson, separated by a couple. Moment, there have been 68 editions of this championship through the years, and Annika Sorenstam, of course, has had a huge impact as we take you back to 2004 at DuPont Country Club in Wilmington, Delaware. Final round, beautiful shot there. Her second at the 16th, and then a tap in at 18, a formality as she won by 3 shots over Shi Hyun An. It was Annika's second of 3 consecutive KPMG Women's PGA Championship victories, second oldest women.